Well, John Semonche, I'm looking forward to our visit on North Carolina Book Watch about the political life of Nick Galifianakis.
Wow.
And you cover that so well in your book, and I know we will in our conversation. One of the things, though, we might miss is what has life for Nick Galifianakis been after his 1972 loss in the U.S. Senate race to Jesse Helms?
Well, Nick was 44 when he lost that race in 1972. And I don't think he thought his political career was over. And certainly he did run in 1974 in the primary and got into the race late and lost the race and thought that maybe he would run against Jesse Helms in 1978 when Helms would be running again. But for various reasons, that was not to be, and Nick returned to being the lawyer he was before he entered politics. And the type of lawyer he was, I always admired the fact and thought that he had sort of an academic's approach to law, and that is taking almost any case, no matter what was involved and no matter what he had to learn to do the job well. And so he especially enjoyed learning about new things. Like he took a patent law case knowing nothing about patent law.
Is that
Most
right?
lawyers would have run screaming because of worries about their competence, liability, a whole batch of other things. But and he turned no one away. He didn't worry about money, and that was a problem perhaps politically as well as it was in his law practice. Didn't worry about the fact that you have to raise money if you're going to win elections. That was evolving as a necessity in terms of the future. So he took a lot of pro bono cases. In fact, his long-term secretary assistant felt that we should call him. His nickname should be pro bono because he took so many cases that just didn't pay off in terms of remuneration. And that's why other lawyers stayed away from what they didn't know because they'd have to put in so much time. And to a certain extent, I guess I can relate to that. During my largely academic career, I took some legal cases, some law cases when people essentially said to me, can you do something? And I thought, well, I can do this for a friend, but I have to learn this much to do this, to do it competently. Right. So it wasn't very remunerative, but it kept me in the practice of the law.
Nick has a big family.
Yes. And they get together, and all 5 brothers are still alive. Nick, at 88, is the oldest. And then the youngest is probably 70, 66, sort of a very late addition to the 4 who were born very close together.
Well, everybody would want to know whether or not his nephew Zach shows up for the family reunions.
Absolutely. Zach is just one of the cousins. The cousins very often get together as a group, and there are enough cousins with 5 sort of fathers.
And nobody has to worry anymore about having a long, hard-to-spell Greek name. Everybody knows that name.
In fact, in the inscription of Picnic that was sent to Zach, we said, from the uncle who first taught the public how to pronounce our name.
That's great.
Nick Galifianakis.
John Semonche, thanks for the book, and thanks for taking time to talk to us.
Well, thank you, DG. It's been a pleasure.